go!
Hello, you lovely lot. It's actually my turn for a catch-up for a change. It's just me and not thee.
Go on, tell me an interesting story I've not heard before.
What line for? You've heard it twice before. Yeah, I've had a few issues today, but that's for something else. Never mind. So, qualifier time then. I've done 2 FishOs in a week. I've been mad, haven't I?
Many. The penultimate and ulti-penultimate FishOManias.
Yeah, but possibly...
You know what that means? Ulti-penultimate is the one before the penultimate.
Shut up, Jay.
I don't know, I remember that.
This is all about me, thank you. Just be quiet on your box there, just because you're higher and I'm in a dip. So, I've done Herringbrook and Lindholm. Lindholm, what a venue, mate, but we'll come back to that later on. So, Herringbrook, when we got there, all talk was to draw on bridge, wasn't it, really? 10 pegs on there. Was it 30 pegs on there?
Yeah, I wouldn't fancy every peg on there, but yeah.
Lots
after last time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, last time I drew 22 canal. I like that peg, it was a nice peg. Yeah. But I never saw the frogs on meadow this time. All the frogs are dispersed, like they're grown up and everything.
Did everywhere look a lot healthier and a lot happier?
Yeah. But still clear. Yeah. Really, everywhere's still clear. You could see like that far down in every lake. I'd walk around the lakes with Brando, Paul Brandrick in the morning, and Match Lake looked all right as well, but Bridge or possibly Island as well.
Yeah, Island's always good.
But definitely not Meadow. I always draw a blooming Meadow, and I'll draw a Meadow again. Always where I draw Jayla,
You're within 5 pegs all the time, aren't you?
So peg 24 on Meadow, which as you're looking at the lake, it's like the right hand side, right at the top, underneath that big willow tree.
I know what you mean.
So we've been...
I used to coach there on the red hot days. Because you could be, it was a good coaching day when it was red hot.
So this is the thing. It was like this, folks. It was like bright. Wind was like howling in my face, coming in my face. And I'm glad I drew that peg because obviously being of African sunset,
ginger peg,
Viking origin. You know what I mean? It was good ginger African sunset peg.
Yeah.
So I've drawn on there. Peg 25's in to me right, which was like where you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're both.
But because we were on a bend, we had loads of room. It was like 90 metres that way I could have fished to, or 30 metres into the narrow bit. And I've had like a little baby willow tree overhanging, so I thought, pin casters under that fish there. Yeah. And then 23, well, every peg was in, so 23 was in, but he's miles away. Didn't thought it'd affect it or anything like that, which is a long way. You know what I mean? The pegs are amazing on there at Herringbrook. So starting off wise, I've started off short on pellets, and it was amazing. It was absolutely ridiculous for like...
Many.
I've probably had 40 pound in 40 minutes. You know,
just tapping fours in?
Just tapping like 10 or a dozen 4 mils, Jamie style, and just waiting for that little dink. Everyone would be within like 2 minutes. You get a little dink and you'd hook it and everything would be like...
all perfect.
10 out of 10 every time, Jay lad. You taught me well, mate.
I wouldn't have fancied that though. It's weird that, no, just with this.
I mean, I was quite proud of myself because normally I'd be starting off across on the bottom, but it was it was like 4 foot. That's why I thought prime that for casters shallow, that'd be amazing. And I've done a worm rig underneath it as well. But yeah, this short line on pellet. So that fizzled out after 40 minutes. I've gone across and I've had 2 F1s and 2 chucks. Straight away on the overshot rigs, I'm like, right, this is it. We is joining J-Lad in the final. But I didn't have a bite for an hour and 10 minutes after that.
How can it be like that?
I don't know. So obviously I've gone on the bottom, Jay. I've tried worms, I've tried double white maggot, I've not had a bite. Odd cruiser coming through, just weren't interested at all.
No liners, nothing.
No liners and nothing there. Come back to my short line, tried that on pellets, not another bite, so I changed that to maggots. Went back across and it went weird. I hooked like 4 carp, 2 snapped me on the blooming brambles, and I got 2 in for sort of like £10. They were decent-ish, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then again, not a bite, so I kept trying it up and down, shallow, nothing. And then I've come back to my maggot line, I've had one straight away, and then it's gone a bit, but then the last 40 minutes,
they arrived
quick enough. It was just an amazing end to the match. It was like
well behaved as well, stayed on the bottom dead nice.
Yeah, I've not lost a fish. No, well, apart from them 2 that snapped me, just like well up into them, they go, nice. And then they just come straight back to you. But you could see them like 2 foot under the surface flashing.
Could you?
It's proper clear. But then you know when you sort of like, well, I was wellying maggots in 2 feeds at a time, and then you get like the single bubbles. You know they're having it, don't you? They're like, on all your maggots, just like proper
feeding. They're burps, aren't they? There we go.
Yeah. And then you see these, you just knew when you were going to get a bite. You get like, your float would just go like that, and then you just go ding. As if you're just staying there, just carrying on feeding. It was so good. So I've ended up winning the whole lake with £85. So I've had a nice day's fishing really.
With 30 on there, you've done well from there.
Yeah. 60 odd pound was second, but it's just one of them. Obviously, that's what we go for with these big qualifiers. Look at the draw. So your dad's won that, and he's Steve open
Steve's won that one off bridge.
160 odd pound.
Yes.
Awesome, Steve. Well done, mate. So best of luck to you in the final. And Callum was second. Only Callum Dix on bridge again.
Yeah.
£120. And I was third. Was it my peg from last time? 22 canal.
Don't know.
He's had £100 anyway. But 23 wasn't drawn, mate.
23. I think Weeder drew it last peg, the time before as well.
When I was next to him.
He must have been close to last, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah,
so it was right in the bag. Right
but I
till the
think
end,
winds put paid to a lot of people on that day because it's really windy. So a lot of people were struggling with presentation. But yeah, awesome that was. And then we went from there to Lindholm on Wednesday, just gone.
That one's the penultimate FishOMania qualifier.
So not the ultimate penultimate. What did you say?
Ulti-penultimate's the one before, and then the penultimate's the one before the last one.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I know what you mean now, mate.
More intelligent.
It's all about me, this, folks. What's he getting looking for? So we had a bit of a wander around there. We looked at Loco. Loco looked amazing, and I didn't know that Benny's hadn't been in the last few qualifiers. That's why Loco had won. Yeah. But you said like Benny's beast mode. Got to draw there. So I thought either Bonsai or Loco, and I ended up drawing Bonsai peg 44, which is right in front of the tackle shop. Wind on my back so I could fish proper. So I've got all my gear set up, got me like 28 pints of casters because you can use them on the... I've not got 28 pints really, folks. I had a lot of bait.
You have a lot of bait.
Loads of maggots as well. Set them all up, then Dale Shepherd's come over, he's like that, took one look at me rigs, gone back on his box and shouted me over, Andy, get over here! Like proper shouted at me, cheers Dale, but he's put me right, to be fair. The rigs that I had, even though they were like set to fish to like 16 inches at the most, he's like, no, you've got to get shallower, and he was so right, mate. Everything that was deeper than sort of like 6 inches was like these little babby things.
Yeah, you don't see them big ones, do you?
No,
they're that deep, you don't see them. You see an odd swirl or...
But you know it's a decent one when you hook it, you just get this massive swirl and just elastic
about
comes
4
out
go out your peg.
Oh, it's so good. What a day's fishing I've had, folks. I've had big wobbly carps coming into my edges. I've managed to catch 2 of them, but then I've spent sort of 15 minutes over the 5 hours not catching anything, and that's been the only 15 minutes where I've not had a bite. I've had a fisher chuck all day. All day long. Between 30 seconds and a minute for a fish. It's just been unbelievable day's fishing.
Proper venue.
Yeah, just ridiculous. I've had £171, and I've come probably 7th on my lake with that, probably 20th or even further down overall. Yeah. Johnny Arthur's won that because he's had like half a lake to himself, but joking apart, there's people who's not turned up. It's just one of them things. Happens. Luck of the draw, that's what happens on these matches. That's what we want. He's had £330. There was a 250 on there. Top 6 on was it top 7? Yeah. Top 6, 7 on Benny's.
Definitely.
So it's fished its brains out for. Honestly, what a venue! I've never been anywhere like that. No. We were saying before, weren't we, Todbear for like that, but for that amount of many weights, I think there's only 20 people out of the 90 odd whatever who fished it who didn't have over £100.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Considering it's 90% F1s that people are catching as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Ridiculous weights, isn't it? That?
Awesome days fishing. I mean, I couldn't have caught any quicker. You know what I mean? I just, other than like the big F1s not really feeding.
No, that's the issue with bonsai is too many little fish.
Yeah.
They just knock your weight down a bit because you're catching too many.
Imagine what it's going to be like though in the next 2 or 3 years.
Imagine when that becomes like Benny's.
Like Benny's, they're all going to be able to compete with each other because obviously the size of them in Loco as well. Even Willows and Laurels, they like. I think Bagger won Willows with £179. Yeah. And Alex won Laurels with like 190, something like that.
195 Rob Harbour, yeah.
Oh, was it Rob Harbour? Was it? Oh,
yeah, he won that one.
Just
fished his brains out.
Yeah, amazing. So unfortunately, no golden ticket for me for the FishO, but I'll probably get one for Hayfield on Wednesday.
Yes, you need to do that.
Yeah, I've got to shout it out otherwise. But other than that, wish this man here all the best in the final. I'm definitely not allowed to go around and interview you, am I, mate? So I probably, definitely won't be having any beers in the night before or anything like that because I've got me sky reporting duties to do on the day. So really looking forward to that.
You're not fishing, you're just reporting. You're not getting your demonstrating.
I'm just getting me rigs out and showing that, but I'm not fishing. Right. I don't think I'm fishing anyway. I don't mind fishing, it's only been a final, but yeah, I've got one more little babby chance left, but I've got a couple of golden reels and a couple of mavies left, so we'll see how we get on, but fingers crossed to this lad here. I hope he gets one of them little babby pegs up the arm where no one gets
peg
you.
One.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We'll see. Good, lad. Smash it to bits. So, yeah, until next time, folks, wish me luck on the other qualifiers.
Right, so we hope you are enjoying the video that you're watching. If not, have just watched. But what we'd also like you to see is the packages that we include for our more technical, informational stuff, where what we can bring to you is all we pretty much know about the technical side and our match style side of fishing.
I'm what we have, this bit.
You are, of course you are in this bit. We have 2 sides of things. We have the basic package for $4.99. You can watch us fish live matches, a Q&A every month, and additional stuff from Matty Dawes with live matches and more technical stuff on his side. Or we have the all access package where you can literally see technical insights, live matches from us, but also some of the best anglers flipping on the planet. I mean, we treat it as 3 days coaching for us, and we go out and we show you what we're learning for anglers like Darren Cox, Andy Bennett, Des Ship, to name but a few. Well worth a look if you fancy having a little bit more fishing content to watch.